Yeah, so I think next thing we're going to get another bot set up. That's just going to start planting away at things. And, you know, another thing that we could eventually potentially look into would be going super redundant with those recharge bots and always have two at the job, so that if one of them runs out of charge, you just recharge the other and they keep recharging each other indefinitely. Kind of a bit of a perpetuum mobile sort of situation, you know. Very nice and realistic, but if it works, you know. Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to another episode of Autonauts with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our beautiful base out here. Now, in the last episode, we actually took care of finally doing a bit of exploration, as you can very nicely see by a lot of uncovered space out here. And you can also see that we've actually found, firstly, a bunch of animals, absolutely beautiful. Secondly, the weeds that we so badly wanted, and, well, thirdly, just another whole bunch of other stuff that we don't really care that much about, but I'm sure we will eventually need. But today then, I think one of our more important tasks is going to be to actually get those weeds harvested, get them over here so that we can cook some proper meals and actually supply all of our colonists down here with habitations, with proper food, so we can generate way more Colonist Wuv than before. But before we go and do that, just really quickly, if you do happen to enjoy this episode, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out a ton. And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're currently well underway to 1K subscribers, and every single one is going to help a ton. One thing that I've quickly noticed here, though, is what's actually going on with this. We've got a bot that's requiring an axe. And we've got a bot that's... Didn't we put that on the same bot to be distributed? Now where's my distribution bot for, like, those sorts of tools? Find nearest bot, no tool. Crude pick. No, that's not the one. Is he standing up here, maybe? Yeah, take crude axe from... Oh, we don't have any axes. That's what's holding us up. Why do we not have any axes, though? What are you doing? Find nearest crude axe. There is no crude axe. Did I take one away from here or something? How did I interrupt this production chain? Okay, so basically what we can just do is get this one stopped, get him started, and make him do that all over again. Not quite sure why that one was got. Is he maybe taking from where he's not supposed to take? No, wait. No, take from crude axe storage. That's weird. It's very weird. But okay, I mean, we're making axes again, so boom. He can take again, and then he can distribute that to that guy, and then the mallet to that guy, hopefully. Weird one. Weird one right there. Good thing we spotted it at least, so that should hopefully all be well underway again now. And that's that issue out of the way. Now, where are we chilling at? We're chilling right here. The question, I think, for a start, has to become... Do we want to even work on the weeds up here? Or do we want to create a separate field just for the weeds, like somewhere close to here? Not as big as this one, obviously, but just like a small weeds field and kind of just farm them over here instead of having that whole thing going on over there where it's mixed with cotton and everything. I think the answer has to be we do it separately. So let me go and grab that shovel. I think we're quickly going to go and excavate a bit of a field ourselves. That pile is still ginormous. And then we're going to make a bit of a farm here. Now, we're going to have to see... Why do you have to go through the middle of all those berry bushes at that slow speed? Like, seriously. We're going to have to see about having a storage for the weeds. I think we can put that right there, to be honest. Now, I don't know if we're going to eventually want to expand in terms of actual... Really? I'm not sure if we want to eventually expand in terms of having like more cooking stations or something. So I do also not want to make things too crammed, but I feel like that's fine. Let's go and get a blueprint going. We're gonna have a good bunch of a stack of weeds here going on, just like max that out most certainly. And then we're gonna have to grab like a huge bunch of poles and planks and everything else and actually hop on things and, you know... Why is there poles just randomly lying around there? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we're going to go and build that stack of crates up real quick. We've done that countless times, though. So I feel it's probably worth putting a quick cut here, and I'll be back with you once all those crates are done. Alright, as you can see, we're done up here, so that's beautiful. We can just place a unit of weeds in there, so we can already kind of have that predetermined of what's going to be in there. And then the thing is, we actually kind of technically need another pile of these, because of course we need to replant some that we harvest. So, well, it's going to be a whole other task for me, I guess. But we will need another whole pile of those, with the same size as the other pile, ideally. Basically, because the bot that we're going to make collect those weeds, we're basically going to tell them to put 1 unit of weed in here, and 1 unit of weed in there, so we always get an appropriate amount of weeds to actually replant, basically. And, yeah, then we're gonna have, like, a harvesting bot, a collecting bot, and a planting bot, I guess. I don't think we needed to dig any holes to get the weeds set up, so it should be quite straightforward in regards to that, and we will, of course, also need a bot to recharge the other bots, so, you know, the list of bots is going to be endless for the task, but I think it is always worth spending the extra time in the first place to make sure everything's perfectly automated, so that in the end you don't just have to go back and do, like, 15 bajillion years of manually catching up to things that the bots haven't taken care of for you in the meanwhile, because you didn't set it up properly at the start. So yeah, I'm going to go actually grab all these planks out here, and we are going to go and hop a bit on those crates, and then we will start setting up a bit of a field out here. Now, technically, no, that's my recharging bot. Do I technically have any spare bots? I don't. You know, I'm kind of wondering, like, given that we already need bots for this anyways, you may as well honestly just set up a bot and get him to the task of starting to dig up all the turf in a bit of an area for us. So I think we'll actually potentially start here by setting up another bot, which, by the way, this bot's production, well, at least the pre-production for all the body parts, I did also want to sort of automate, so maybe we should look into that soon. But that said, I think we have a Mark II bot on the horizon, so it may be worth holding off on that one until we get the even more advanced bots incoming. Which, you know, I mean, it is going to take a bunch of Colonist Wuv, but we're going to get there eventually, I'm quite sure. That said, we also do have this 10x Colonist Wuv out here that we do need to pick up, because otherwise, it's probably going to expire. So, go away, bot. I'm going to put that in there to be slurped up before we lose that. Beautiful. And then we go down here and see what we actually need. 2 planks, 1 pole. We've got the pole, we don't have the planks, so let's grab the planks as well real quick. From the proper pile, too, ideally, so the other bots have actually got materials to work with. And then we will make a body right there. And, you know, I hope that at least through having this proper Mark I bot, we will be a bit quicker in terms of at least getting this whole digging process out of the way, because of course they do move a bit quicker. I would guess at least that they do dig a bit quicker too. They certainly have much more energy, so hopefully that is going to help a bit in terms of that. And we're probably going to have some more shovels coming in for us, but overall this should, I hope, help. So, hello buddy, we are going to go record. And first things first, I'm going to pick up the shovel, which I'm just going to totally remove from his memory in just a second. Then get rid of all that. We are going to go and dig up things. Where we do start digging up things, probably out here. Find nearest turf, use item, held, spade, done. Now, what we do want to do is redo that area of operations. It's got to be somewhat like that, and we don't want to make it a 9x9, I feel, to be fair. Probably make it a bit slimmer and a bit wider up here, like that, somewhat. 8x4, 8x3-ish. I think 8x4 feels quite fine to me. Let's do something a little like that. And then we're going to set him on repeat. We're going to give him the shovel, and he is going to get going. Nice and easy like that. Have fun, buddy. And we're going to have to eventually grab all the turf again, which still I've got absolutely no clue what we can ever do with turf. But, you know, maybe one day we'll find out. Cool. So that is the digging up part of things. Oh. No, I thought I had commanded him to stop or something, was worried there. That's the digging out part of things starting for us out there then. What we need to do though is actually go and grab a bunch of weeds and bring them over. We do also have random useless tools lying over there now, which I guess it is what it is for the time being. It's technically like apple trees and stuff that we could also harvest eventually. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and harvest all those fancy weeds out here. I'd guess that we can stack 4 at a time, so that's about how much we're going to be going for, which means... Did I just harvest me 1? No, that was 2, right? 1, 2, 3... Okay, yeah. I was kind of getting scared there for a second that there may be like an arbitrary chance that they only drop 1 unit, and that would totally upset my plans in terms of the harvesting setup here, but... Luckily, that is not the case. So what we're going to do is basically just bring over a bunch of those weeds, slowly but surely, and stack them away in these crates, so that we, of course, do, in the very end, have something that we can plant in those fields, because, you know, that would be kind of important. Technically, right, we could already get a bot going to plant a few of those weeds over there, so we don't have to take care of it. Do we want to replant the weeds that we harvest out here? Not too much, to be honest. I think that's fine. But yeah, so we do have to get a bot one way or another. Maybe that already starts planting those weeds for us. Because I don't think I'm really looking to grab all the weed that we need for that 8x4 manually. If that makes sense. So we're just going to get this stack going. Then we're going to give this guy a new shovel. And then we're probably going to instantly look at... getting a new bot that can start working away. Is this the recharge bot? I guess so? Or is it that one? Oh, it was that one. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to recharge there anymore. Anyways. Yeah, so I think next thing we're going to get another bot set up. That's just going to start planting away at things. And, you know, another thing that we could eventually potentially look into would be going super redundant with those recharge bots and always have 2 at the job, so that if one of them runs out of charge, he just recharges the other and they keep recharging each other indefinitely. Kind of a bit of a perpetuum mobile sort of situation, you know. Very nice and realistic, but if it works, you know. I'm not complaining. So, what we're going to be doing then is we're going to go right here. Going to start building things. You know, that's why I'm saying it. Situations like these are somewhat annoying, where the recharge bot just runs out of power. Especially if you cannot... No, that's not him. That is him, right? Oh my god, I can't click him. I cannot click him. Help! We can literally not click that guy right now. Okay, I guess we're recharging one after another manually until hopefully we can somehow click that other guy. Especially if that tree gets harvested that he's standing inside of. Yeah, that's kind of why I want, like, you know, 2 recharge bots in every place. Because that way we can even avoid annoying situations like these, you know. Always think kind of about the next step that we can do in regards to that, I suppose. Is this guy getting recharged by the recharge bot? I think he may not be in range. May have to do that ourselves in a minute. And yeah, I mean, on top of that, you know, we do need some range upgrades for, like, the recharging bots too. So they've got a bit of a bigger area of operations and don't, like, always not recharge those guys that are just slightly outside of their area of operations, basically. But anyways, first things first, I think the important part is to get the weed underway, because that will get us the food. And once we do get the food... for these guys, that means we're going to be advancing on research a lot faster, which, you know, research is kind of the way to go right now, isn't it? So, just going to want to work on that as much as we can. There goes the body, though. Now, the only thing we're going to need is the head, and then we've got the second guy of the day already underway, too. Going to grab a tree seed. We're going to grab a stack of planks. Can just, you know, leave the rest right there, I guess, for future use. Boom. Grab that head, put it on there, hop on that guy's head a bit, and there we go. Cool. So, you, sir, are going to record. You will go to this thing out here, and you will have clicked the wrong button. You will grab weeds loose from storage, and you're going to go plant them. yeah, cool. And that's about it. We're gonna have to readjust his area of work again, of course. I think it was an 8x4 that I did, right? So this should be where he should do things. Then we're gonna go repeat, we're gonna go play, and he can get going, and we are gonna start getting more of that turf out of his way, because honestly, there's a lot in his way. Then we could subsequently already get like a farming guy going. And we should probably already subsequently get a farming guy going, especially given the speed at which these weeds are going to grow. Which probably means that we could have gone with an even smaller plot. I mean, these things are already done. So, you know, given how long it takes them to shovel these weeds up, probably some sort of like 2x2 would have even been sufficient. But it is what it is now. Maybe we are overdoing the size though once more. Maybe we should stop. Please. 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 Oh, does it pause the game, basically? Well, we're going to edit his... Oh, no, 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 no. No, stop, please. Can you just stop? I want to tell you to change something. Don't dig up that turf down there, please. I hate that. Like, you can't actually tell them something while they're in the middle of digging something up. Because they literally just teleport onto the next thing and... Stop! Stop! Why are you still working? He's going to finish that, isn't he? No, now he's out of power. Beautiful. Ah, now we got to stomp on that. But yeah, like the way that you cannot just stop them while working is kind of annoying. Because they tend to just port to the next square instead of having to move. So sometimes you can just not stop them in time. But yeah, okay. So, I mean, technically we can actually even tell them to quit everything. Because, you know, we don't need any more turf dug up, so he's pretty much done, and we can put him to another task in just a second. Let's just tell him to come with us for a second. Hello? Can you move after me? Thank you. And trash everything, you know. But there we go. We're going to go and plunk down that turf again. Time well spent, I guess, and put that there. Cool. This guy then, we're going to have to change the area of operations to that. Which is going to be totally fine. Honestly, I feel like we're still... Let's size it down a bit, honestly. I don't think we need more than this. We should stop thinking this big in this game, because I feel like, honestly, that's mostly not the right way to go. So, no, I don't want to pick you up. I just want your shovel. I'm going to dig up that weed. Boom, 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 boom. And we can honestly just train him to dig up a weed in just a second. But we're going to go and plant that here real quick. 1, 2. And then we're going to have to see that area of operations I set. Okay, so I'm just going to go and put some turf back in. Boom. I think... Let's do that. That's very fine. Oh, cool. Didn't save it. Let's try that again. And there we go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's a good way to go. We're going to go and plunk down the turf over here too. Make sure that is all nicely covered up again. At least we can use a turf for that, I suppose. Just got a few more units, you know. But that's that. So, what we're going to do then is we're going to record with this guy right here. And you're going to go and dig up weeds. It's literally the only thing you're going to do. Dig, 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 dig. That's going to dig up, and the spade is going to break, and you're going to be sad ever after. Then we're going to adjust your area of operations once more, of course, to the actual field that we're now going to be working with. Done. And repeat. And play. Now, you don't have a spade, which for the time being I think is totally fine, because we can just quickly get this field going on our own. And then... Yeah. Okay, we'll quickly get this going on our own. Basically, so we always only have the amount of weed that we need in this storage crate. And no excess, if that makes sense. So... that's going to be the plan. Then we're going to get a planting bot to actually... well, and a collecting bot too, should I say. Well, to be fair, we could honestly have the collecting bot do the planting too. Can you please move out of the way for a second, buddy? Like, you're really annoying me. Thank you. Okay, so where do we still have to plant? A few places, I guess. But yeah, I mean, technically, we wouldn't even need these crates, thinking about it, given that our bots are now more advanced. I was still thinking, sort of, when developing this concept, I think a bit too much of the way that bots used to work for us, in terms of them being very limited in terms of how many actions they could do. Now, though, it's kind of a bit of a thing of, you know, you could have the collecting bot just pick up 2 units of weeds, plant one of them, put the other in the storage. We don't really need this. So maybe we're just gonna do that, to be honest. It saves us a bot, and I mean, I think that's quite the valid point. If we could save a bot, why not do it? So we're gonna go and give this guy that shovel, now that we've got that set up, and remove these useless parts here. Then he can get going. So he's going to dig everything up until he doesn't have anything anymore to dig up, which is fine, because now we are going to grab one more bot. I think we're literally just going to make it that one more bot, to be honest, and just do my new revised plan of how to actually take care of all those weeds that we harvest. Like, we don't need that part. I totally disregarded that, but I don't think we need it, so yeah. Bit of materials unnecessarily spent, I guess, but it's not like we're particularly poor. I'm more mourning the time that I spent on it than the materials spent, to be fair. And, well, that's something that you guys luckily didn't even have to witness, so not like you even have to care at all. But there we go. That is the body. Gotta make that drivetrain thingy too. Which you're gonna do here. Ooh, no, don't go there. Go there. And we need some planks. 4 of them. Just going to stack the rest out here again, as usual. I think this is probably going to be the next thing that we start automating away at when we actually do get the new Mark II bots. It's like the bot component production. So like the chassis, the body, the head. I'm going to probably automate away at that, just so we always have a backlog of that and can just, like, assemble a new bot whenever we so please, basically. I think that sounds like a pretty decent idea. That said, we've got this guy ready. Record. And we're going to go out here for the time being. You don't have to save that, but it is what it is. You will be picking up 1 unit of weed, 2 units of weed. You will be planting one of them. And you will put the other into the storage area. And that's kind of what he's got to repeat. Now, we've got to define all the areas. Which, you know, should be easily done, more or less. The area of search should be 1 wider than this. So 7 by 5 right there. And same thing here. Area of search is 1 wider than the actual planting area. And then we go to find nearest soil in the exact actual area. Boom. And that's where he's going to plant things. And the other thing he's going to move to storage. And then we can set him to repeat. And then we can tell them to get going. And now, everything should be taken care of. I hope. There should be no delays, given that, yeah, should all be good. Like, for every unit of weed we harvest, we get 1 spot of soil, and we get 2 units of weed. So there should not be any delays. You should always have a place to plant weed if he finds it. Yeah, all good, all happy, all beautiful, I think. That should now all be nicely automated. The only thing that is quite an obvious one still that we are missing is going to be a bot to recharge these guys. So let's take care of that too before we run into issues with that. That's a lot of logs just lying around. Well, I guess there's no space to collect them to, so... Wow. That's quite the amount, though. If that's that way throughout, like, half the forest, that's quite mad. But, yeah. We're going to work on this. Get the recharging out of the way, too. And we do have... Did we not get a recharge bot for this area now? Kind of confused there. Maybe we didn't. I thought we had gotten the recharge bot for the whole tool production area. Maybe something that's still on our list, and I just didn't know it anymore, so could have to take care of that. But first things first, we'll take care of this very bot right here, and its specific purpose. I'm gonna grab that tree seed right there, or not. Oh boy. Why is there no tree seeds available there? It's quite the low stack of tree seeds, to be honest. Work away, buddy. Well, there goes your mallet again already. Holy bejesus. That mallet goes quite quickly, I have to say. Yeah. That's all working away nicely. Now, we're going to have a lot of weeds. So I guess the next step eventually is going to be to get another bot going that starts just cooking food from all this. Or, I mean, we could technically just remove the bot that feeds these guys. And, you know, make him cook food instead. And then move these guys into habitations and feed everyone the big food. And then just kind of, you know, change everything there. I think that's probably the better option, to be fair. The thing is, we cannot actually tell them what to do yet, given that all these bots still have energy. So we're going to move them over here. Tell them to chill for now. We also technically need a tool redistribution bot for the shovel, to be fair, because, well, the thing, quite frankly, is that this guy's going to run through a lot of shovels, given how much durability he uses for digging things up. So I think we're going to need bot for that. Maybe even a second bot to dig things up, because I think the collecting bot is much faster than the digging up bot. But yeah, that's going to be something to think about too. So, I think a lot of tasks left. We will need to tell this bot what to do. Probably have a bot that gives this guy another shovel when he needs it. Potentially another one to dig things up. We will need a recharge bot out there. And then we're going to need to start taking care of actually cooking the meals with a bot. And redistributing them to our level 2, not villagers, to our level 2 colonists. Give these guys some habitation, move these bots on to 10 times Colonist Wuv instead of the 1 times thing, and amp up our research speeds ever after. But for today, I'm going to have to end it off right here, so I hope you all very much enjoyed the episode. As usual, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help the channel out a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all that out of the way though, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one very, very soon. Ciao.